watching out. For you, this is NewsWatch 12 at 5.
This time, not guilty plea is received. We'll set a preliminary hearing 1 week from today, which is October 24th.
Our top story this evening, a Medford woman is pleading not guilty in a fatal hit and run that killed a former Bend chef. Fatal hit and run accident last Friday in Medford led to the arrest of 36-year-old Cassie Jane Cavagnaro. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tim Quidadamo. NewsWatch 12's Samantha Cadera has been following this case closely. Got back from the arraignment, which was held this afternoon. Sam, what's the latest?
Well, Tim, here's what we know so far. This afternoon, Cavagnaro pleaded not guilty to multiple charges related to the accident, and the judge set her bail at $1 million. Take a look at the video from the court today as the judge set her bail.
4 p.m. I'm setting bail in the amount of $1 million. Conditions on that bail are that you report to probation, no intoxicants, no drugs, and submit to testing, no driving without a valid license or insurance.
Cavagnaro is no stranger to law enforcement with the troubling history that includes multiple significant charges in 2021. Key offenses include burglary in the first degree, theft in the second and third degree, criminal trespass in the first degree, and unlawful possession of methamphetamine. Today, Cavagnaro is facing 5 additional charges following the death of 41-year-old Jason Thomas, a former Bend chef who recently moved to Medford. Authorities believe Cavagnaro had been ingesting an inhalant prior to the incident. She was driving without a license or insurance. Medford police said that Cavagnaro was driving a van that veered off South Pacific Highway, entering the bike lane, striking Thomas, who was cycling at that time. Cavagnaro's next court date is the preliminary hearing, and it is set for next Thursday, October 24th. As the story develops, we will continue to provide more updates as they become available. Reporting live in studio, Samantha Cadera, NewsWatch 12.
Sam, thank you. In our continuing coverage, a Klamath Falls man is fighting criminal charges accusing him of kidnapping and raping 2 women. And he has 2 other women supporting him today at the federal courthouse in Medford, his mother and what he calls his baby mama. 30-year-old Nagazi Zubari is charged with kidnapping 2 women to a house in Klamath Falls where he lived with a woman and their 2 sons. Today, she talked to NewsWatch 12's Jerry Howard outside the courthouse. Jerry?
Yeah, Tim, she talked, but not on camera, confirming she lived with Zubari in the house in question, but was not called to testify in this case. She's shown here in pink, next to Zubari's mother. Their neighbor, Melanie McClure, shown here, testified today and told how Zubari treated Alicia Westfall on an accused kidnapping night.
They should have asked more questions about what I saw with Alicia. Is regarding their relationship or words that were said between them.
Melanie McClure said she planned a girls' night out with Westfall May 5th, 2023 at Pikey's Irish Pub in Klamath Falls. That's where a Klamath Falls woman told the court yesterday Zubari followed her that same Cinco de Mayo and kidnapped her for 11 hours of assaults and rapes at this house he shared with Westfall. McClure said Zubari told Westfall earlier that same evening if she went out, she could never return to the house, and McClure made him promise she could. Did you trust that he would?
No, not completely. I did not. And so when we did come home that night, I did have her go to the door to make sure it was open and unlocked, and she was able to go in.
NewsWatch 12 asked Westfall today whether she heard anything during the suspected kidnappings. She first said she was watching a movie, then she said she was sleeping with her sons, then she said she was sleeping in the living room because she had no room herself. In NewsWatch 12 at 6, we'll explain how words from Westfall and Zubari himself surfaced in court today. Tim?
Jerry, thank you. On to the storm watch. Take a look at some of this video. It was an unusual sight after an extremely hot summer, but we had the first snow of the year hitting Mount Ashland overnight into this morning. This comes as we've been seeing cooler and wetter conditions finally this week across most of our region. Now let's check in with Storm Watch 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman over in the Weather Center. Matt, can we expect some of this snow to continue with maybe some other systems and overnight lows?
Well, we're going to see this system kind of wind down, and then we're actually going to get a bit of a break in the action. And some of that snow has already been melting as we've had some sunshine breaking through, but there are still a few few lingering rain and snow showers out there. Let's take a look at our temperatures, though. It is very fall-like out there. Temperatures well below average today, 58 degrees in Medford, 47, and with the blustery winds, it's making it feel even more chilly. We do have a few lingering rain and snow showers out there, but they are starting to dwindle. There was a snow shower that rolled through Crater Lake just a little bit ago. You see another little dusting there on the roof of the visitor center. Let's take a look at tonight. Any rain and snow showers will wrap up. We'll see mostly clear skies and those winds will diminish, and that'll set us up for a very cold night tonight, down to 34 in Medford, 21 in Klamath Falls. Many of our west side valleys, we're looking at widespread frost, and many spots, especially outside Medford and Grants Pass, seeing a freeze warning in place. So we'll take a closer look at this freeze warning. Temperatures to start off tomorrow, but also a warm up just in time for the weekend. Those details all coming up.
Matt, thank you. It's been extremely chilly early in the morning if maybe you're going to school or work. We're starting to see some more warm winter coats throughout southern Oregon with the temperatures that Matt was just telling you about, and because of NewsWatch 12's 34th annual Coats for Kids campaign, which is in full swing. NewsWatch 12's Haley Gravitt is getting in on some of the action, joining us live from one of our red donation barrel locations at Grange Co-op in White City. Haley, our campaign is heating up while these temperatures are cooling down.
Tim, that's definitely right. We're here on the nursery here at the Grange Co-op in White City, and it's a little bit breezy out here, so you're definitely going to want that coat, which really starts to think, okay, we need to get our kids ready, get those coats on in the morning hours and later at night too. And this barrel here has a ton of coats inside of it. I want to show you the two that I just picked up and also the size of it. So we are looking for coats about this size all the way up to 2XL. So there really is a wide variety of coats that you can give. If you have any coats, you're trying the coats on for your kids this year and you've realized that they've grown out of it, bring those coats down to any of our more than 50 Red Barrel locations. We'd love to have them. And of course, I do want to let everybody know 10 days left. That's all you have to bring in your coats, so be sure to come. It's been such a blast here at the Grange Co-op. A lot of people are just really excited that this is one of their favorite community events to do. So bring those coats in, 10 more days to do it, and of course you can donate online too. But if you have a coat, we'd love to have it sent into here to one of our Red Barrels. Live in White City, Haley Gravitt, NewsWatch 12.
New at 5, we're following up on the Jetboat Collision this summer on the Rogue River. A field report from the Josephine County Sheriff's Office saying that the Hellgate Jetboat's operator is responsible for the crash. The report stating that, quote, excessive speed and operator error contributed to this incident from both parties, end quote. During the incident, the private boater was traveling downstream and the commercial boat was traveling upstream, meaning it is responsible to stop under Oregon state law. The report concluded that the commercial jet boat had enough time to stop. In Siskiyou County, the Sheriff's Office is asking you to be on the lookout for a missing teenager. 17-year-old Siler Dirth was last seen on October 14th driving a pink 1984 Ford Thunderbird in the McDowell area. He's 5'8", 130 pounds with brown hair. Dirth didn't show up for work on Tuesday or Wednesday and does not have a cell phone. If you have any information on his whereabouts, the Sheriff's Office is asking that you give them a call. The Siskiyou County Sheriff's Office also reminding you to drive carefully along the Klamath River corridor and to watch out for some slippery roads with some of the wet weather that we're starting to see once again. This comes as the Sheriff's Office dive team rescued 3 passengers from a car that fell into the Klamath River last weekend. On Saturday, October 12th, the dive team got called to mile marker 89 on Highway 96 to respond to a traffic accident. A car had lost control and fell into the Klamath River with 3 passengers inside. The dive team removed all 3 passengers from the car. Luckily, nobody was killed in this accident while you're looking at some of the scary photos shared from the Sheriff's Office. 1 passenger was sent to the hospital with serious injuries, though. The dive team was then able to remove the car from the water using a pulley system. Onto a Newswatch 12 update. Decades of work has officially concluded with the Klamath Dam removal project complete. Newswatch 12's Rocky Walker went near one of the sites of where a dam used to be, giving us an inside look at what it looks like now.
Where I'm currently at used to be the tip of the John C. Boyle Reservoir, with the dam just a little bit farther down. But with the dam now fully being removed, the reservoir is empty at this side, and all that lies is the restored Klamath River.
Spiritual renewal, that one of these sacred foods, our first foods, our salmon species are coming back up to our homelands, our original territory.
An area that was full of water. When you look at it now, you see tracks from bulldozers, piles of what once was a dam, and a stream of the Klamath River flowing down. This was done to restore the watershed and the salmon that used to swim upstream before the dams were built. The project was done with multiple agencies in partnership with multiple tribes that advocated for the dam's removal. They say seeing the river go back to its natural order brings healing, but also mourning.
There was both a cultural, spiritual renewal, reconnection, but it also had a little bit of anger also, because we had lost so much as a First Nation, as the Klamath tribes.
The first salmon was recently spotted swimming upstream past the site of the Iron Gate Dam, signifying that the dam's removal was a success. But the Klamath tribes says there's more work to be done and more hurdles to be faced to fully renew supplies of local fish. Rocky Walker, Newswatch 12.